June 29th, Stock Playbook. Just a sample of what we do on a nightly basis. Come to our website, thestockplaybook.com. Check out what we have and outline for you guys on a daily basis in our videos. Free trial. All you need is an email address. Dow Jones up 72 points today, 0.6%. NASDAQ Composite 11 points. S&P 500 up 10 points, 0.8%. Everybody's saying the bottom's in. We're ready to start ripping higher. I don't see it. Still light volume, heavier than what we've seen. We got a 3-day weekend coming up, end of quarter. I think this is just end of quarter window dressing. It might last another 2 days, might last another day, might be over today. But ultimately, I think this 50-day moving average in the 1320 area is going to act as resistance to this rally. And I don't see us having a lot more, to go from here, which leads me to think you got to short stocks. We've talked about Netflix, NFLX. I shorted some today, right up, towards the top end of the range, 267 and change, 267.50, I think. And now we'll use the recent highs as our stop. If we get a little pullback, I'll buy the 270 calls for a couple bucks. Hedge myself so I know I can't lose more than the difference between the two, which is $3 plus the cost of the call. So I got a 1.5% downside. Netflix, I really like it as a short right up here. Apple Computer, news coming out that their new iPhone 5 is coming, I believe September. They're looking to cut the price of the Apple iPhone 3 to $0, the 4 to $99, and the 5 will be $199. This is a sign of weakness, in my opinion. I've been short this stock for some time. I thought this was another great opportunity to get short up here. They're in a battle with Google with Android, and the Android device is doing very, very well. Apple's bringing their prices down. They're going to try to, their margins are going to come under pressure, so they could try to keep their market share, maybe even increase it. It's the first sign of weakness from a fundamental standpoint, I think, that you've seen Apple. I've been anti-Apple since it was hitting new highs on light volume. I thought the top might have been in and we were due for a more substantial correction than the 10% we've seen thus far, 15%. I think this is a great opportunity to short Apple up here at these levels. I got some emails today from some viewers asking me if Fusion IO, a name that everybody's loving because we were hot. I mean, we nailed a 70+% return on this thing in 7 trading days. We said take profits 2 days ago, and we stand by. We feel there's a little more of this pullback. Volume's light on the pullback. That's encouraging. Now, I'm not going to get into Fibonacci retracements. We do that on the main site, which is more geared towards educating. Here, we're just trying to give you a sample. But a rule of thumb, a stock has a run like this, you want to see a 50% retracement. You got a stock that went up from 19 and change to 37. You got 18 points up. You want to see a pullback 9. 37 minus 9 comes out to be 28. 28's the level. At $28, you could start nibbling from a trading standpoint as a bounce. As it comes in towards the lower ends, we like it even more. Fusion IO as an investment. Sorry, we still think it's an earnings. You trade earnings. Trade this market. This market's in a range. We still think you just take your profits. We, for 2 weeks, talked about LNN into their earnings report. They knocked the cover off the ball. Whether you bought the $60 calls or the $65 calls, today you made anywhere from 250 to 450%. Take that money and run. Put it into the next idea. What is the next idea? I'm looking at ADTRAN, ADTN. Expected to come out with their earnings. Sorry about that. Expected to come out with their earnings as I wait. Sorry, slow. I don't even know what to say. There we go. I guess my whole system's down. ADTRAN coming with earnings 2 weeks from yesterday. Okay, I'm looking at the $40 calls. I bought them for 75 cents, the July 40 calls. I apologize for this loading configuration issue. It should come up soon. What I want to do is, there we go, ADTRAN, $40 calls, 75 cents. I really like the risk to reward here. Everybody's talking about MasterCard and Visa. Some good news out of DC. They've lowered the fees for the debit card transactions to a more manageable rate, hence the huge pop in MasterCard and Visa, two stocks that just last Monday we said we really liked the valuation of. It's better to be lucky than good. If you're fortunate enough to catch this bounce, take profits, please. Take some off the table. My play on the debit card situation, I'd rather see you in Green Dot, GDOT, general purpose reloadable prepaid debit cards to consumers. They sell them at Walmart and 55,000 locations throughout the USA. Or NetSpend, NTSP, another general purpose reloadable prepaid debit cards. Banks, margins are being pinched. They're raising their fees. The segment of our population that is underbanked is growing by the day. More and more people are going to payday centers, Cash Americas, pawn shops, cashing their checks, or using prepaid reloadable debit cards like Green Dot and NetSpend. Two stocks I really like longer term, and I would rather play them on this Visa, MasterCard news of debit card fees coming down. Again, this is just a small sampling of what we do. Check out our site. I think you'll be very impressed. Have a good night. I'll talk with you tomorrow.